Hello, I'm the narrator. Before this episode begins, Maddie will be talking about two things that could be watching you this very moment. Strap in, it's going to be good. Let the show begin. Well. It's been a long time since we first met, Herobrine. Shall we take this outside? Well, I was struck by lightning, and that was a weird transition. Anyways, good morning, everybody. My name is Maddie, and today we're going to be talking about Herobrine. What is it? And did it come from a movie or a video game? Now, Herobrine is nothing more than an urban legend. He was a thing that was created from player to player, telling stories, and from these stories, people have been inspired to create things from him, like mods that you can actually have him in the game, or skins of him. So what that means is that Herobrine was never actually in the original Minecraft game. Technically. He was supposedly in there, like, very early on, but was, kicked out, deleted. So yeah. Now, let's just change subjects for a little bit, sorry. Herobrine, some of his characteristics is that he goes around the world and he starts constructing all these weird looking temples in the desert or underwater, and the way he gets to them is with these tunnels that he creates as well. Another random thing that he kind of does is that he steals leaves off of trees, just random trees here and there. Now, it's because Herobrine was kind of created by the people who played Minecraft. It was never really first brought into Minecraft. He was first popped up in Creepypasta. Now, Creepypasta is kind of a platform that people can go into and read stories or create stories. They're just about all these, like, small kind of, chilling stories.
The interview. How close is it related to the inspiration?
Welcome, one and all. I hope you get comfortable, because we're gonna tell a scary story about Herobrine. Oh boy, I love scary stories. Okay, so I will be telling this story in first person, alright? So, I woke up in the middle of the forest, all alone, so I thought. So I got up and I started harvesting some wood from the trees. And something felt off, something really unsettling. Like all the trees were watching me. And with every minute that passed by, I got more and more anxious, more creeped out because of all the shuffling I heard background. But I ignored it, thinking it was just animals, because we are in a forest, however. So I kept harvesting. Crack! I heard something break. So then I thought, something's going on. So I went a ways. I started to investigate, trying to be as quiet as possible to not step on leaves or other sticks. And I approached a person. And he looked strangely just like me. He had teal and blue clothes. He had tan body and dark brown hair. But same time. His eyes. Ugh. It looked like they were rolled in the back of his head. But I only got a few seconds to look at him, and he vanished. He got out of there. I tried to follow him. I had so many questions about who he is and what he's doing there, and why he looks that way. But couldn't find him. No luck. So I just carried on with what I was doing. Night was falling. I was roaming around the world that I fell into. And I found later on these tunnels, unnatural looking. Like they weren't there from the beginning. Someone made them. Here and there, I'd find these small pyramids laying around. And trees. Look sick. No leaves. To that day, I never saw him again, but I still know he's around there, watching. You can feel his eyes. And sometimes I still see new pyramids appear. You know, that actually reminds me of a time when I saw Herobrine.
Oh, really? Yeah, you should tell it.
Oh, well, if you insist. So it was a long, long time ago. I was very young and I didn't have this bad knee. But I used to be a miner, and I still heard stories or rumors about Herobrine, but I never truly believed it. I was still young, but I was getting behind on some of my shifts in the mine. So I started staying in after hours, mining away, while everyone went home and slept. I dig. And I did this for a few days beforehand, so I was used to the quietness of being alone. But one night, I was staying in late, as usual, so I was digging, and I heard a lot of rumbles coming down, a lot of dirt. I turned around as fast as I can, thinking that the tunnel was going to collapse. No, something far worse. I saw him, with his white clothes. I was frightened for my life. So I turned around and I started clawing at the wall that was just moments ago, ripping it apart with my pickaxe. I turned back around, wondering if he was still there, but he wasn't. Confused and curious, I slowly got up and walked to where Herobrine used to stand, looking down at the ground. I started to feel breathing. I whipped my head back. There, just inches away from me, stand Herobrine. Without a moment's hesitation, I started getting out of there. But I was still scared, looking at him. So I tumbled on the fresh pile of dirt that collapsed when he was there, jetting my knee into a rock, sharp and gritty. But still determined to get out of the tunnel alive, I got back up as quickly as possible and kept going all the way out, determined to be alive. What happened after that? Well, I woke up my friends and told them the story of how I saw Herobrine while they were wrapping my knee. Okay, so because Herobrine was actually not in the game by the creators of the game, but instead inspired by the players, that means there are a few different ways he could have existed into the game, or how his story began. There's one where he is just a glitch. You know, he pops in here and there like a bug. And then there's also the other one, which most people believe in or go with, is that he is some kind of demon or bad spirit that appear into the game. Which is why Dr. von Schneumann had the feeling that Herobrine was actually a doppelganger. That's correct. We're going to be talking about that today. And, fun fact, Dr. von Schneumann actually knew a little bit about doppelgangers beforehand, so we do not have to go looking around for some answers.
A clip of the character. And are there any Easter eggs or hidden things?
Okay, so in the description there is a clip or video of, you know, just a guy playing Minecraft, kind of like a documentary, and he's kind of experiencing some weird things that would relate to Herobrine. Now, I know he's not, like, actually in the actual game, but I just thought it was a cool little episode video to watch. Okay, so because Herobrine is made up by a lot of different people, there are a few paths that he can take. For example, characteristics. He could be a punk and try and troll you, or steal your stuff and try and kill you. Or he can be a creepy guy and just watch you and observe you from a very far distance and disappear if you spot him, which would also support that he was a ghost. Okay, Doctor, it's your turn. Doctor? Doctor? Well, who could that be? Hello, Maddie. If you're seeing this, that means I'm dead. Just kidding. I'm on vacation and I forgot to tell you. I'm here in Florida. It's quite nice. It's quite lovely. So I did finish the reports for the doppelganger. Unfortunately, I was unable to schedule a interview, but I'm sure you can figure something out. Well, didn't see that coming. Oh, also, almost forgot. This message will self-destruct in T-minus 5 minutes. What? You didn't say this was Mission Impossible! Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's talk about doppelgangers.
Where the legend/myth came from. Information about the creature.
Now, the tales of doppelgangers come from many different places and many different cultures. Like, for example, in Egypt, there was a spirit named Ah, which looked very similar to another person named Helen. And, you know, because they looked identical, they did a good old switcheroo and actually made a war not happen. Never happened. Yep. Or in Irania, there's this old religion called Zoroastrianism. It is. Which focuses on two spirits, one that's good and one that is bad. Then in Germany, the phrase doppelganger means double walker. And is also kind of bad if you spot one. Now, doppelgangers, they come from a lot of different cultures and, you know, it's been passed down, passed over and whatnot, but it all funnels down to one thing. It is very bad luck if you or someone sees your doppelganger.
How it looks, what powers or abilities does it have?
Okay. So, if and when you do see your doppelganger or someone else's, they tend to mimic the person that they are doppelganging. So, they would either... Okay, so they'll do the exact same thing, but they'll either do it before or after the, like, real person does it. doppelgangers, some of, like, majority of where people see doppelgangers is actually through a mirror. And they look at themselves and they see, that looks funky. It's because either doppelgangers are a little distorted because they're dead, or because they're off sync. Again, they're either before or after the person is actually doing the things. Now, doppelgangers don't actually have powers like creatures you would in a book or something. But, you know, because they're spirits, they're bad luck, bad omens, all that. There have been stories where people have actually died after seeing their own doppelganger. And, you know, because of this, some people have come with an idea that the doppelgangers are actually trying to warn their person, their buddy, that something bad's really gonna happen in a short amount of time. And then there's just the other side where they just like to play with you, you know, troll you, appear somewhere, and pretend to act like you.
An interview. Are there any sightings of the creature?
Oh no! Oh my god, what should I do? I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't know what to do for the interview. What should I do? Me. Dick? What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Okay, well, have a seat.
Okay. Oh, and my cane, will ya?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
So, what kind of story do you want to hear?
Something about the doppelgangers, maybe?
That reminds me of one story where Abraham Lincoln saw his doppelganger. Yes. A story about Abraham Lincoln. Now, if you know a lot about Abe or about doppelgangers, then you probably already heard this short story. But it starts long, long ago, back when the president was first elected. And shortly after that, he started seeing these weird reflections. Excuse me. And I'm not talking like weird, like dark shapes or anything. No. He saw two of himself. And one, which was actually his reflection. And then the other one was him, sick, pale, and dead looking. And he'd see this more and more, every time making him sick to his stomach. Made him very worried, very scared. So eventually he told his wife, and wife told him one of the most chilling things you'll ever hear out of her lips. You'll live through your first election, but you won't live to see your second. And we all know how that turned out. Yeah. Poor bastard.
Words.
Whoa, you can't say that.
What? Bastard?
Words.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Cane, please.
Okay, you know what? Here.
Thank
pretty
you.
good. Yep, alright, cool. Bye-bye. That was weird. Anyways, in the description there's also another video that we have provided, which is kind of like a storytelling. It goes off of a couple different short stories about doppelgangers. And, in my opinion, is a really good channel if you just want to hear spooky stories. So unfortunately this video has in fact come to an end. If you are fascinated by Herobrine and or the doppelgangers, there are links in the description about the information we found that goes more into detail about it. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Without further ado, have a good day and good night. I don't have a good transition, so I'll just, you know, bloopers. Wonder why? Because I wasn't recording. Yes, you know, there's just a funky transition, you know, whenever you run into the wall. I do. Herobrine is nothing more than an urban legend. Wowee. Another thing that he does is steal some leaves off of random trees. Because he's a weirdo. Who does that? Who just goes around stealing leaves off of trees? I mean, I know, like, you're just standing by a bush and you start picking off the leaves because you're bored. But he's, like, taking barrels of leaves. Abby done goofed. Alright. My goodness, was that terrible, but I ran with it. Oh no, I was just tripping over my words like a buffoon. And I just smirked one. Okay. Ah! Oh my gosh. The cowboy's very unstable, Lucy. Oh God, you should know he's an alcoholic. Yep. My dude, Herobrine's weird. Just good. Brain, where are you? I need you for a minute. Didn't find it. Okay, how do I, what? Words, come to me, please. Storytelling of dick? Sorry. That was a good one though. Hang on. That seemed a little forced. Let me just... Okay, I found the cane. Voila, a guitar. There's a guitar on my dog. This is the end of the video, end of the video, end of the video. Pew pew. End of the video, end of the video. This is the end of the video. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. End of the video, end of the video, end of the video. Oh oh.